Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Well, my daddy buried mama with a wedding band. She always kept it on her right hand. Well, he stood by her side until the lowered her down. Then my daddy started crying when they covered the ground. Well, my granddaddy worked on county roads. Yeah, he drove a grader to the company sold. You know, Billy fought in Vietnam. Well, I guess he just can't keep a good man down. Good man down. Good man down. Well, you can't keep a good man down. Well, I fell in love in my hometown. You just can't find folks like that around. They'll treat you like the only son. Yeah, I swear my buddy Frankie, he was born to run. Born to run. He was born to run. Well, I swear my buddy Frankie was born to run. Yeah, my daddy buried mama with a wedding band. She always kept it on her right hand. Well, he stood by her side until the Lord her down. Then my daddy started crying when they covered the ground. Covered the ground. They covered the ground. Yeah, my daddy started crying when they covered the ground.
show is Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and our guest is a true American original, Michael Prysock.
Thank you so much, Ralph. It's a pleasure to hear you say that. I'm honored to be here. It's very nice to have me up in these parts. It's very beautiful country up here, and everyone has been so cordial to me, so I appreciate that very much.
Welcome to New Jersey. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here for sure. Absolutely.
So was that autobiographical?
Yes, sir. It had my granddad in it, who drove a grader, and my uncle actually fought in Vietnam. But I do have my parents with me still. But I was always intrigued by the spouse wearing the ring on the right hand for some reason. I guess because I was always eccentric as a kid, so thought it would be different, So I threw that in there, and I did have a friend named Frankie that he was born to run, so it kind of fit, So yeah, autobiography, yeah.
Great song.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Would you be willing to tell us about your 4 generations of musicians?
Oh my goodness. Well, my granddad was a pastor of a church for 40 plus years, and it goes back starting with him playing fiddle and piano and anything that he touched pretty much, and performed in churches and all kinds of stuff like that. So I grew up listening to that. Then I had an uncle that turned me on to John Prine, which I'm a big fan of, and all this type of folk music, and it just kind of carried on from there. So the music's been in our family. I had song directors and piano players all over the house. So I was kind of stooped in it, I guess. So I'm glad I found it.
All right. What would you like to play for us next?
Well, I've got a song called 56 Chevrolet, and it's about my dad. When I was growing up, my dad was a body man for 30 plus years at a little body shop in Arkansas, and he had an antique car when I was a kid, so I used to just imagine myself driving this antique car. It was baby blue, and he cleaned it after church on Sunday. I could slide from window to window because he slicked the seats down. It was just a sharp vehicle. Finally got rid of it, so I had it in my head 2 or 3 years ago about the car, and I thought, well, I'm gonna write him a song about it. So I ended up writing this song. I said, Dad, I got a song for you. He said, well, play it for me. So I played it, and he said, I like it, son. I said, it was 56 Chevrolet, and he said, that's a great song, but the only problem was it was a 54 Ford. I said, well, it took me too long to write the song, so it's yours anyway. So yeah, it's called 56 Chevrolet. Chevrolet, best looking car on the highway. I keep a painted red, boys like her blushing cheek. You're one good look, think about it all week. 56 Chevrolet, best looking car on the highway. She ain't built for speed, boys, but she's bound to lead. My 56, she's a rare breed. All my friends, they bet on an old Ford to win. But I think my lucky stars are not like me. I'd rather spin my wheels, neath an old car I can fill. My 56, I got a real good deal. I ain't never been to heaven, but I've I've been told that the weather's right for fishing, and them streets are lined with gold. Well, I believe that's somewhere I sure would like to go someday. But as for now, I'm satisfied with my old Chevrolet. I got a 56 Chevrolet. I got her running up and down this old highway. She ain't built for speed, boys, but she sure bound to lead. My 56, well, she's the right breed. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right,
56 Chevrolet.
Good one.
Thank you very much. You bet.
Mentions in your bio that you once sang in an African American choir.
Yes, I did. When I was in college, I joined the African American choir because I loved R&B music, and I loved that type of singing, and they were very cordial. Said, "Come on in," and we would go on campus and sing at different functions and stuff. And I stood out like a sore thumb, but they were very nice to me, and heard some of the most beautiful singing I've ever heard. So, and I think it helped me musically, you know, to get into that and type of genre and just explore, you know. So, and I love it still, you know. I still love that type of music. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What else would you like to do for us?
Well, you want to play one with me?
Sure.
We're going to be in G. So I did a show not too long ago, and the fella that I opened for, the crowd was rambunctious. And he said, well, I wish y'all would shut up and listen. He said, I'm going to be in G if you're going to talk, at least talk in the same key. So, so it's nice to have an audience that listens always. Well, since we're on cars, I'll do another song about a car. If I can't have 56 Chevrolet, I want to have Cadillac. So I'm just trying to be, like I said, my mother-in-law bought me this shirt. I thought, well, maybe I can get some points with my mother-in-law. Well, this is called Cadillac. So, Ralph, if you don't mind playing it with me, I would be honored. I'd like to buy myself a Cadillac. I can see myself driving a car like that. I'd be the toast boys of the town, I bet. Me and my brand new Cadillac. Well, I took a job, thought it'd save my money. But that 9 to 5 don't sit too well with me, honey. Man said, boy, you best not come back. Say you'll change your mind when you see my old Cadillac. Well, I got a good woman, says she pay my bills. She likes to tell me how she feels. I love that woman, boys, and that sure is a fact. But I like to love my old Cadillac. I go back home from time to time, see old friends unwind. Stream of memories roll back like a flood. You know, this old town is buried in my blood. I'd like to buy myself a Cadillac. I can see myself driving an old car like that. I'd be the toast boys of a town, I bet. Me and my brand new Cadillac. Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you.
We should let folks know how they can find out more information about your performing schedule and your recordings.
Absolutely. I have a website. It's www.michaelprysock.com, and it's P as in Paul, R-Y-S-O-C-K. So it's like it sounds. Just pry the sock off your foot. That's pretty much how my wife has. Her last name was Rogers, and now she's getting used to saying, just pry your sock off your foot. So it's a tough one, but you know. But yes, www.michaelprysock.com. You can check out my website, and I have dates on there. So.
And what parts of the country do you perform in?
Well, I've came to New York twice, and then my first trip here to New Jersey, I've been to Chicago and done some shows in Chicago and a lot of stuff in Texas. And then I'm from Arkansas originally, so I'll be going back to Little Rock, Arkansas at some point and seeing family and friends and doing some stuff there. So I'm pretty much spreading my wings and getting out in different areas. So music's been doing me pretty good. So, and my animal clinic job back home, they let me leave when I want to. So as soon as I bathe the dogs, they let me leave. So it works out well for all of us.
Great.
So you bet.
What else you got for us?
Well, I'll do one for my lovely wife, Carrie Lynn. She's back home in Dallas. So this is called Lucky Old Son of a Gun. I started writing it about her, and it wound up being about myself. So I don't know if that's a songwriter thing or what. But I'm a lucky old son of a gun. So hello, my Carrie Lynn. Baby taught me how to spread my wings, how to take my time and pluck every string. But tell me how to find a woman like this. I never tasted a sweeter kiss. Baby taught me how to spread my wings. Romeo and Juliet, we're gonna give them a run for their money, I bet. Somebody tell me what I must have done. I guess I'm just a lucky old son of a gun. Never felt so darn inspired. Think I'll follow that woman till my feet get tired. She stirs my coffee, sweets my tea. I swear the little woman's just right for me. Swear the woman's just right for me. spread my wings. Had to take my time and pluck every string. Tell me how to find a woman like this. I never tasted a sweeter kiss. Baby taught me how to spread my wings. Baby taught me how to spread my wings. Thank you very much.
All right.
Like the old son of a gun, that's what I am too.
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
Do I have it right? Your uncle was the famous writer Joseph Campbell?
Well, you know he was famous to me, but it's not the one that everybody thinks. My wife and I talked about that, and it's not that Joe Campbell, but it is the one that I knew, and to me he's famous. You know, he was a great fourth grade teacher. This guy was, but he's not the famous writer. But he was a very brilliant man. You know, he and very insightful and very big on politics and stuff. But man, he would read 1,000 books, it seemed like, in a year to me. You know, this guy was astounding. And we lost him in January of '05, I think it was, and he was a big influence on me musically and just as a person, you know, just a great guy. But yeah, to me he was the famous Joe Campbell. It's not the one everyone's thinking, but yeah. He would be honored though. He would probably say, well, tell him it is, you know. So yeah.
What else you got for us?
Well, let's see. I've got one that does pretty well in Texas, and to all my folks back home, back there in Texas. When I was a kid, my granddad grew up from to not throw the song out there. You know, he was a rocks throw from a train track. So I came up with this song called "Throwing Rocks at the Train," because as the train would go by, you know, the house would start shaking. So all the kids would run outside and hide behind the hedges, and we'd throw rocks at the train as it went by. You know, and back then they had a caboose, which I don't think the kids have to worry about a caboose anymore. But my dad's a deacon in a church, and my mother called me not too long ago and said, because of that song, your dad just threw a rock at the train. I said, well, I just wrote the song. It ain't my problem. This is called "Throwing Rocks at the Train." Well, when I was a young man, me and all my friends, we'd head down to the train tracks to catch the train again. Hear the grinding metal coming round a bend, tearing through the backwoods, boy, here we go again. That old conductor, well, he's casting his blame at us kids throwing rocks at the train. Mama never got it, but I think my daddy did. That boy acts a lot like me back when I was a kid. Always into something, never any good. Doing what he shouldn't instead of doing what he should. I guess my daddy, he must be the one to blame for us kids throwing rocks at the train. Rocks at the train, boy, rocks at the train. How come I'm the only one here catching all the blame? You from a small town, I'm sure you've done the same. Blown off steam, throwing rocks at the train. Now I got kids of my own, too, in fact, and I can tell the pulled by the rumble of the railroad track. Whole house starts shaking, them boys about to come unglued. I've seen that look before, and that's a look I can't refuse. Come on, boys, I'll take the blame. from a small town. Well, I'm sure you've done the same. Blown off steam, throwing rocks at the train. Thank you very much. We did a lot of that. We did a lot of throwing them rocks at trains. You know, I used to blame it on my cousins, but you know, I did a few. So.
Well, we just have time to thank you for being our guest on Horses Sing None of It. Maybe you can take it out with another little tune.
Absolutely. If you want to join in, it's in E. So thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. This is about my brother. Well, I'm my daddy's eldest son. I saw the barrel off daddy's old shotgun. It told my little brother not to tell no